after the riots with hypertension, high blood pressure, as part of the stressors that were inside the jail at the time. That's reversed itself, thank God. I ran our reception area after the riots up until the time that I retired, and I went to the jail, and I'd be in for an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3. I ended up with headaches and chest pain, and finally the doctor told me, he said, if you don't get out of there, you're going to die. The staff members that were raped, men that were raped, I've talked to a few of them over the years, and it's just, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to hear about it. They're trying to forget it, and they can't. They tell me, hey, we relive those nights day after day after day after day. We need to thank those guys. They did a job. They got messed up because of that job, and it'll never be the same.
Many correction officers from this incident develop post-traumatic as well as other psychological disorders. It is essential to have the necessary health care benefits in retirement to meet the needs for these unique men and women who have dedicated their service as correction officers to this Commonwealth. While some correctional institutions are well-lighted, temperature-controlled, and ventilated, others are old, overcrowded, hot, and noisy. In such conditions, correction officers should be given the sole discretion as to determine the time and place and appropriateness when wearing their vest.
But the fact is, they're very cumbersome. You make your rounds on the housing unit, it's additional weight you're carrying with you. But it's also the fact that, one, if you're on a block, you got the humidity, you got 100 plus some inmates, you're walking around with your vest, your equipment, making your rounds every single half hour, and the fact is that the additional weight, and air conditioning or not, it's still a lot hotter on the block with those inmates out whether you have air conditioning or not.
State corrections agencies have experienced difficulty in attracting and keeping qualified applicants, largely because of low salaries and the demanding nature of the job. And this situation is expected to continue.
Well, when you rotate shifts and rotate your days off, there's just no plan for anything for a home life, for your family and whatnot. You'll go to work, you might be on a set shift, but your days off just continues to change.
By establishing a classification of first class, would provide the correction officer an incentive to remain on the job, plus increase morale for the correction officer, in addition to providing a greater respect from the inmates, knowing that the officer does have authority more so than the entry-level correction officer. Increasing demand for correctional officers will stem from population growth and rising rates of incarceration. Mandatory sentencing guidelines calling for longer sentences and reduced parole for inmates are a primary reason for increasing incarceration rates. It is vitally important to maintain the safety of all Commonwealth citizens, and we owe our debt and gratitude and acknowledge the dedication and commitment of the men and women who serve in our Pennsylvania state correctional institutions.
What else does this situation have?
I believe it's 4:15. I think we can still get some more witnesses today if that's agreeable with you.
All right.
Here.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Just state your name for the record.
Sergeant Jerry Costa Black, Terminal on
name's Sergeant Jerry Kostelak, Pennsylvania Department of Corrections Training Academy.
Sergeant Terry Baumgartner, Pennsylvania Department of Corrections Training Academy.
Well, I can hear you with background music. You know, is that always playing when you say your name? Like Ryan Howard coming with that.
Terry, aside from the fact that you have a theme song to your name, what is your position with the Department of Corrections?
I'm an instructor at the Department of Training Academy.
Okay. And when did you start with the Department of Corrections?
December 1995.
Prior to starting with the Department of Corrections, what did you do before then?
Miscellaneous working factories, military, 5 years.
In your military background, what is that?
United States Air Force,
And how long were you in the Air Force?
5 years.
Why did you decide to apply and work for the Department of Corrections?
The civilian sector, there's really no uniformity, there's no structure, it's just whoever they want to be in charge. Communistic uniform and structure of a military type environment.
And you started with DOC in 1996. When did you start with the training academy?
1998.
And what was your position in 1998?
I went to the training academy as a detached duty officer. As part of the detached duty program, they bring officers from the field down for a year. In essence, to send them back to their institution to be field instructors. Permanent position came open while I was there for that year, and I took the job.
The permanent instructors that are at the academy, are all those instructors at a rank of CO2?
We have currently 7 permanent CO2s. I think there's 2 detached duty CO2s, and the rest of the instructors are active CO2s.
Describe that.
They're actually CO1s at their facilities. When they come down to the academy, we give them stripes. The academy management gives them stripes and puts them in an active capacity because they're in more or less a supervisory role other than instructor.
So all of the training academy instructors, be it permanent or be it in detached status, wear sergeant stripes on their sleeves?
Yes, sir.
What's the rationale behind that?
Because like when I first started, we didn't have the acting sergeants program, so to speak. I was an instructor as a CO1, and it's a lot harder to get people to respect you or believe in what you're saying because you're wearing the same shirt they are. So I figured to give them acting sergeants, give them a little bonus basically, and a little more respect from the people we're trying to teach.
Okay, in your experience over the last 14 years of the training academy, has that been an effective tool by giving CO1s the rank of sergeant while they're at the academy?
Yes, sir, I believe yes.
The training academy is located where?
Elizabethtown.
And is that the only training academy of the state?
Yes, sir.
How does somebody get to become a trainee at the academy? Do you get tested into it? What happens in that regard?
Depends on the job classification. For the corrections officers, we'll take a civil service test, be hired by an institution. Once an institution decides to hire them, they pass everything they need to, the physical, they do TB tests, things like that. They will then send them to the academy for training.
Okay. And is there any training that occurs before you get to the academy at the individual SCIs?
They have observation, which they will never be left alone. They're with somebody the whole time.
Okay. And what does that exactly involve? A set time period, or is it flexible? Depending on the SCI.
It depends on the individual institution. They may spend some time on 62 shift, depending on when the next academy start date occurs and what their date of hire is. They can spend some time on 2 to 10 shift or 62 shift.
Okay. Now, the academy is different, though. Is there a set structure at the academy set up now?
As far as,
Training times and courses?
yes, sir.
All right.
Um,
What's the time frame? If I was gonna apply to be a CEO, what time frame would I be looking at the academy?
For a corrections officer, it'd be 5 weeks or 200 hours of training.
Okay. And when you say 5 weeks, is that every day? Is it 5 days? How does that operate?
Monday through Friday. 8 to 4, Monday through Friday.
What about other individuals in the H-1 bargaining? Do they go through training academy?
Yes, sir. We have food service or culinary, we have maintenance. They go 4 weeks, where the corrections officers go 5.
And
I guess the question is the curriculum the same for those first 4 weeks?
Yes, sir.
And what's in the 5th week?
The 5th week would be more hands-on type stuff, advanced defensive tactics, or incident response training or IRT training. Things that would just pertain to the corrections field, or the corrections officer, I should say.
Including things like firearms training and stuff.
Also, some of our H-1 will actually fire the designated shotgun.
How they look?
Yes. They don't have to qualify, but they have to familiarize themselves with the shotgun.
Does everyone else have to qualify?
Only H-1.
Only H. And what do you qualify with?
Currently, we use the Smith & Wesson Model 64, 65 revolver and Remington 870 shotgun.
now you talked about the COs going into the 5th week and certain classifications that end after the 4th week. Are there other classifications that end even earlier than the 4th week? Non-contact employees, nurses?
We have trainees there from 2 weeks all the way through 5. 2 weeks would be considered, your clerical type staff, non-contact employees. 3 weekers would include such people as nurses that would have basically contact, but they don't need the firearms qualification, the advanced defensive tactics, things of that nature.
Now, you've been at the academy for some time now. Why do you continue to work as a training officer?
Hopefully, I make a difference. I know when I came through the academy, my instructors, they left a pretty good impression on me. And hopefully, I can do the same for somebody else. Hopefully. And I enjoy what I do.
Now, after you complete, or during the 5-week period, is there examinations that go on during that time period?
Yes, sir. Every week there's an end-of-week examination, written examination, and we also have skills examinations for such thing as pressure points, defensive tactics, the use of individual and right baton. We have individual tests for CPR, first aid, the electronic mobilizing devices, and your early resin capstone qualification.
Okay. And if I could turn your attention now, you have in front of you, on the front of it, it says exhibit book.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you could turn to tab 20. And you'll see at tab 20, there's some flags on the side. Go to the first one that's tagged. And what is that document?